Hey there, Jester here, and it looks like Marcelle and Pumpkin have found the craft that I plan on doing today. I'm going to be making Pom Pom Pumpkins, because I have a lot of orange pom-poms, but I'm not real sure what to do with them. So we're going to start by... What's that? Oh, you two have a little Halloween activity for me. Okay, we can do that first, and then we'll get on with the craft. So I will move you two down. And what is it I need to do here? There's some bags down. Okay, yes, I see. Got some paper bags with words on them. Eyes, guts, hair. Oh, I get it. This is one of those, games where you put something gross in a bag or a bowl, and then you stick your hand in and try to guess what it is. Okay, well. Okay, well, start with hair. That's usually not too bad. Ooh. Oh, that is unpleasant. That's rather ratty hair there. Okay. Alright, I'm into this. Let's see what we got next. Okay, we've got eyes. Let's see what horrors await me. And these don't feel like eyes. These are just buttons. Well, of course. You two have button eyes. So that's terrifying to you. That's what eyeballs are to you. So, oh, let me guess. Let me guess what guts is before I even open it up. It's going to be polyfill. Yep. Well, I suppose that's terrifying to plushies. Alright, so I'm going to get on with my little project. I'm going to be making little pumpkins. And there's ways, and you can make variations of these. You can stick a little vine on them. Or you can put eyes on to make a little jack-o'-lantern. And then, of course, you can make them in just different sizes. But I'm going to be making a little jack-o'-lantern, keep with the whole Halloween theme. Right, so let me get my little pumpkins out of the way. So I need pom-pom and some orange, thin yarn, and a couple of beads. And what else? Some orange thread. And since I'm going to be sticking a little stalk on them, I need a toothpick. Okay, so my needle and thread. So I'm going to need one of my big needles for this, since I'm going to be using this thread. But to thread that needle, I just push it through. I'm going to use a bit of regular thread and use that to make something that I can pull the thicker thread through. There we go. Got my thread. the yarn. Okay, so we're going to get our pom-pom, and we're going to go right up through the center. Like, you might need to probe around a little bit to try to find it. There's going to be a little more resistance there because it's where all the threads cross. That feels about right. I'm going to pull that, but we're not going to pull it all the way through. We're going to leave some at the end so that we can tie it at the end. What we do is we take it and we come back and we go back up pretty much through the same hole. And we come up like that. And we pull, 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 pull. And that is how we get the little ridges on the pumpkin. Right now it just has a butt. We're going to flip that over. Now we're going to go through the other side. We want this on the opposite side of the first one. And we're going to pull that tight. And we've got two ridges. Now here's where it gets a little trickier, since, well, at this size, you can't put too many ridges on, but you still need enough that it looks like a pumpkin. So I find that cutting it into 6 segments is ideal, but, you know, figuring out a third is a little more tricky than figuring out a half. But that's okay, because pumpkins are natural, and natural things don't need to be perfect. So I think that looks like about a third. Again, I'm going to go back up through the hole, come up through the top, and pull that tight. And again, I'm going to go around the opposite where that one was, and pull up and through. And now, I'm just going to go through, half of whatever is left. On this side, it's a little smaller. That's okay. It's still going to look like a pumpkin. Now on this side, it's a little bigger. And we go up again. You might need to fiddle with it a little bit if it gets slides, but that's okay. Now we have kind of a lumpy pumpkin. That's okay. Pumpkins are lumpy. Problem is now we've got our strings on 2 different ends, so I'm just going to pick a spot and bring this over. Pick up my needle. Now I'm just going to tie it. And these strings will be on the bottom. No, will not. Trim that off. And there we have a basic, if sort of lumpy pumpkin, but that's okay. Now I need to pick where I want to put the eyes. What's the best face on here? I think I'm going to choose this. So I'm going to put the eyes on where the divot is. And obviously, you don't have to do this, but it is what I'm doing. So I want to swap out my great big needle for a regular sewing needle and get some orange. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to thread this up, but we're not going to tie a knot in it. So we start, you want to be on the opposite side. That would be here. so that we can go through and there, and then put a little bead on. And yeah, we don't pull the thread all the way through because we want to be able to tie it at the end. So we go back in, and we want to come out about where that thread goes through. Then, to make it secure, I'm going to do it again. So, around here, I'm going to go back through the hole. And then back through the back again. Take off my needle. Make sure that's all nice and tight. There we go. And then we're going to tie this at the back. Go. That's all tied on. Then we're going to snip that off. Arrange the fuzz over it so it's not so obvious. And the other eye is going to go there. So once again, get our orange thread. Needle without tying it. And we find where we want to put the other eye. There. So opposite would be here. Yep. And we pull it through, but not all the way because we want to be able to tie it. And we get our little bead. And we string our bead. And we get our threads tangled. Come here. Okay, so we want that to go back through here. Back out there. That's quite good. Sometimes I push it down on the table because I don't have a thimble. And I don't want to push it with my fingers because that'll hurt. That there, and we can give it a little pull in, and then we're going to go through again. Through, and we're going to go through the bead again, and back through the little pumpkin. The needle, and I can give my little threads a pull, make sure that the eyeball is good and snug. Then we're going to tie it. I can find the end of my thread. There we go. So loop once, loop it twice, and we can make a nice snug knot that way. And then we just do one more regular knot, put that in place. There we go. That'll snip. Now, little pumpkin has a face. And the way we want to put the little stick on, it's just going to be the end of a toothpick. What I need is junk scissors so that I can cut the tip off. I don't want to use my nice thread scissors for that. find the other end of that later. So, make it a more natural color. I have my glasses back on since I'm not sewing. There we go. I was wondering why everything was blurry. What to do is I'm going to take a brown marker. You can also use paint, but this is the quick and lazy version. And you can just use whatever marker or paint or whatever you got. Got that. Now I need a bit of glue. I'll put my needle away before I forget it. No, back into the pin cushion you go. Yeah, a lot of glue in there. I don't usually like gluing pom-poms, but in this case, there's really no getting away from it. There's not another great way to stick a toothpick into a pom-pom unless you're gluing it. Since you've already kind of got a hole there, because you've stuck your big needle through there so many times to make the divots. And there, I have a little jack-o'-lantern. Needs to sit and dry for a bit. Then you might ask, well, what can you do with all these pumpkins? I suppose you can make a little Pom Pom Pumpkin patch. So I think I can make a pie out of them. It'd be a very fuzzy pie. Alright. But one thing that I did with a bunch of my little jack-o'-lanterns is I made a bracelet. Now, it's the exact same technique as the pom-pom bracelet video, but I used a bunch of little jack-o'-lanterns without the toothpick stems, of course, and put together a little pom-pom jack-o'-lantern bracelet. There we go. And then you can just carry jack-o'-lanterns with you wherever you go. And what's that? Oh, so now I get to do the little trick-or-treat game that you little blobs have come up with. All right, cups. So yellow ball means I get a treat, and black ball means I have to do a trick. All right, well, gotta get you two out of the way again. Now, I'm really kind of hoping for a black ball. I like tricks. All right, and yes, black ball. Now I don't want a treat. I want to show you something cool. Hang on a second. Check it out. We got pumpkin kaleidoscope vision. It's just a plastic pumpkin. There we go. Yeah. Oops. Well, there. We've had some tricks, we've had some treats, and we've had craft. Pretty successful episode.